Hello, Tamika of Custom Woodburning here with another live sales too. Happy Tuesday. We did have Tuesday chat today. It is over in the live tab. If anybody's interested in that, usually I've been doing a TLDR, but this one in particular, we're talking about Q4 prep, and it's too much for one single video, so we're going to break it up over a couple days because that is a pretty good chat and there's like a lot of info in there. So today we're just going to 180 and talk about something totally off top, which is to answer the question a lot of newer folks have, that I had too in the beginning, which is, do I need to show my face in my shows during my live shows? I hear this asked in a number of chat shows, and there's always different answers, but I feel like most give the answer yes. And my answer, just my opinion, anything I say is just my opinion, but based on my experience as well, which we'll get to, the short answer from me is no. And so this is kind of to counter the kind of a mainstream opinion on this, but speaking from experience. And so the short answer is no. To put that to rest, you in fact do not need to show your face in your live show. And I want to prove that by two things. One, I didn't show my face for almost a year. It was like 11 months probably. And I still had people in my room. I was still making sales. I still had friends, like actual like internet friends on Whatnot that had never seen my face. So I know that that's a thing, but also there are wildly successful sellers who are full-time sellers who have never shown their face to the point where it's part of their brand. Okay, so I will offer that these are, just add the knowing that these are sellers, to my knowledge, that I personally know of, that sell small items. And so products could play a role here. If we're selling evening gowns, that live show faceless would be different than if we're selling beads, coins, cards, something that it is expected to just have like a very close point of view and just hands in the show, right? Because you don't want to sell coins like this because people can't see them. So you want that up close. Either way, sellers do it, and sellers do it successfully. So please know that. The next thing, I just have 3 bullets here. That's the first thing is some sellers are successful. That's a fact. We can find them out there, right? 2 is also know that this me saying no, you don't have to show your face, this applies to our personal shows. This does not apply to all shows. Some raid trains specifically do require FaceTime. So I just want to sprinkle this in because when if this is a preference of ours, we gotta be extra careful looking through the raid train rules and requirements to see if this is in there, because it is a fairly common or expected rule for raid trains. And but if it is, some raid train hosts will make exceptions, and so it's not a complete deal breaker, but it is a thing. So if there is a raid train, one, make sure if that's in the rules or not. But 2, if it is, my recommendation would be to reach out, DM the raid train host, and just say, hey, I would like, I'm interested in this raid train. I would like to join it, but it's part of my shows are not face shows. That's like part of my thing. And so let me know if we can make an exception for this or not, no worries. And they'll let you know, but I would not surprise them with not showing a face, because that'll get you on like a naughty list, right, of sorts. And so so we don't have to show our face for our shows. Sometimes for other people's events, we do. So that's the second thing. And then the third thing is, and this kind of goes with what I wrote down here, is just show up how you're comfortable. This kind of goes with like my experience of literally, I think it was like 11 months. It was really close to a year that I didn't FaceTime at all. It was just my hands and my products, which honestly, if I did it again, I might do it like that again. Like that was pretty cool for me. Like I was just, I wanted my products to be front and center. I had just picked up a new craft at the time. I was like 6 months into wood burning, like my heat gun art, and I didn't have any idea how it was going to be received. But I didn't. There were a couple reasons I was not FaceTiming, if I'm being honest. But one of them was because I didn't want people returning and being interested in me. I wanted the focus to be my products. I wanted to know for certain that people were attracted to my products specifically. That is the control that I wanted to verify before I put my face, because otherwise I feel like at the time I felt like it was like, well, I don't know. Are you here for me or are you here for the products? Like, I don't really know. But different people have their different reasons. And don't get me wrong, I understand anxiety and all that too. Definitely part of the equation. And so I feel like this is like a more common reason for not wanting to FaceTime. And trust you me, I get it. And I just want to, and so this is the third thing, is that show up how it's comfortable for you. That's the thing. Like, should you show your face or not? You should, my answer is you should do what's comfortable. And this doesn't necessarily mean like pick something comfortable and then marry it and never change it, right? You might feel different a month in or 6 months in or 2 years in than you did in the beginning. Because when you're starting, you don't know what to expect. You don't know how nice or mean people are going to be. You don't know if you're going to find your community, make friends. You don't know if people are going to be enjoying your shows, coming back, buying your things. You don't know how awkward it's going to be. You don't even know how to push all the buttons. You know what I mean? And so not showing your face, I'll just tell it like this, showing your face can add a layer of stress, because not only are you trying to even just figure out your show format and how this process of doing a live show is, reading and staying up with the chat, there's just like a whole bunch of things. You're worried about like, how do I ship these things? How do I run a flash sale? You're like trying to figure it out. If you have to worry about what your face looks like, and we all make crazy faces when we're like trying to focus or when we're confused and whatever like that. So it just adds a layer of stress that in the beginning, we could probably do without. And so like, do what's comfortable, because you can always work into it. So I just want to say, like, I wouldn't marry the idea of not FaceTiming unless it is like part of your brand. But really the offer is just knowing that, and I always like throw this number out, but like tens of millions on the platform. There are so many different paths to success. It really is up to the individual what makes sense for them. So you can start in one way, and then you can adjust as you're motivated or as needed or as as it feels okay. You don't have to do anything. And so so that's what I offer. And then a fun fact, I didn't show my face for almost a year. But when I did, it was because I had started a chat show, and I found out extremely fast, 1 or 2 shows in, that like not showing my face for chat shows, for me specifically, wasn't going to work. But that said, I have seen that too, chat shows who hold solid rooms with no FaceTime. You really have to have a personality to be able to pull that off, but I've literally seen it. So I really think there's just exceptions for everything, and everyone should most definitely do what works for them, okay, and just adjust as you feel like it down the road. And so that said, it's worth noting, maybe it's stating the obvious, but buyers and viewers, many of them do prefer FaceTime. There's like a trust factor there, but there's a lot of buyers that just simply don't care. They're there for the products. They don't really care. They're, enjoying the personality behind the screen, and that's enough for them. I will say, if we are not FaceTiming, talking constantly and showing items constantly are extra important, because it helps keep the stream active. Because if we're on camera, engagement is simply just more involved. So if we're not on camera, we do have to compensate for that, in my view. So just being conscious of like always having something for viewers to enjoy, if not our face. Just constantly showing products and talking, learning to talk about, to talk through dead air and stuff like that is money. Okay, so that's pretty much what I got. Last note I put here was that basically there's so many different ways to be successful. You can be successful doing your own thing your own way. Even if it's not, even if there's not an example out there of whatever you picture, set the example. You know what I mean? Like, it's a create your own adventure type of situation for these live sales, okay? You do you. As long as you're having fun, folks will latch on to that, okay? So you'll be okay not showing your face until you're ready, if you even want to down the road. So adapt as it makes sense, and then hold firm where it makes sense. So if you have like hard lines drawn in the sand, it's your duty to yourself to just respect those, and that's fine. And then, but where you do want to expand with your comfort level and boundaries, then adapt, and it's up to you to decide where you are flexible and what is non-negotiable. So that's to the individual, and ultimately, 12 minutes, holy cow. Ultimately, it's your business, your rules, and that's it. Anything anybody says, including myself, are just opinions, okay? So if you're the one with the vision, the business, the dream, the goals, you're the one with that's going to experience consequences or reap the rewards of whatever your choices are. So do make sure they're based on you. Make sure they're your choices and not adopted from other people who may or may not be in your shoes, because at the end of the day, whatever the results of your decisions are going to fall on you, not them. And so that's what I got. I hope this helps, because I know it is a hot topic for some, and you get different opinions, and so I just want to throw mine in the hat. Okay, so don't need to show your face if you don't want to. Some viewers prefer it, but again, it's your business, your choice. Okay, so I hope that helps. If it does, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Otherwise, hope to see you tomorrow. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think the next couple of days we are going to be talking about Q4 prep, because we are coming into September, and that is the kickoff really of Q4. And so just get our brains thinking about it, and we're going to talk about it over these next couple of days. Okay, so for now, I would like to thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time. Happy live selling in the meantime. Bye-bye.